Now let's talk about wrenches. But before we talk about wrenches, we need to talk about fasteners. Fasteners. This is the nuts and bolts of the whole operation. So here is a bolt. This is a type of fastener, and a fastener is used to join things together and hold them tight. So some fasteners have all sorts of different ends. But again, we have a nut, we might have a bolt, and there is a screw thread. So here I've got a bolt on this fastener, and it'll eventually come off. And usually with nuts and bolts, we've got this bolt shape, a hexagon shape, and this hexagon shape has flat parts. Those are the flats, and it's got corners, which are called the points. And the same thing with the end of the bolt. Ooh. Okay, so we've got flats and we've got points. Flats and points. So a wrench is designed to fit on the flats and on the points and to hold them tight as we are tightening and loosening. What we don't want to do is we don't want to round over the points. And that's what happens when you use the wrong tool for the wrong job. If you use a pair of pliers to tighten and loosen fasteners, you're eventually going to round over the points. And that's a bad thing. So we don't want to use pliers for tightening and loosening nuts and bolts, fasteners. We want to use wrenches. So a wrench, and there are several different types, are designed to, go around the fasteners. There's parts of the wrench that are flat, and there's parts of the wrench that go into the point. So here I've got what's called a box end wrench. And the reason it's called a box end wrench is because it's entirely surrounding the fastener. And that box end wrench has flat parts and it has points. And the points will go around the corner of the fasteners. That's a box end wrench. This is called an opened end wrench. So it has an opened end wrench, and the flats of the wrench will match the flats of a fastener. So you need to make sure you select the right size wrench for the right size fastener. So there are many, many wrenches and many, many sizes, and you gotta match the fastener to the proper size. So box end, open end, and this is called a combination wrench because one side is an open end and the other side is a box end. So, combination wrench. They come in all sorts of sizes. They get even bigger than this. All right? This is a ratchet box end wrench. And so you can, whether you put it on this way or you flip it over and put it on this way, one way will tighten and the other way will loosen. So you can hear the ratchet sound there. So this circle inside with the points in it is only going to turn one way. So I will apply it onto a bolt or a nut and turn it, and it's got that ratchet sound. So this is a box end ratchet wrench. This is one of the most dangerous tools in a toolbox, and that would be the adjustable wrench. And so the adjustable wrench has a little screw that allows me to adjust the width of my jaws. And the jaws are supposed to go around the flats of a fastener. Okay, so there I've got it. The problem with these adjustable wrenches is they tend to loosen up in midstream. They tend to slip. They tend to round the corners. We don't want to round the points. We don't want to round the corners. We don't want to slip. Okay. I've got scars on the top of my fingers where I was trying to tighten up a lawnmower blade. The bolt that holds a lawnmower blade with an adjustable wrench. And I knew I wasn't supposed to use the adjustable wrench, but it was easy. The reason people have these around is because it's a lot easier for me to adjust this than to look for the right sized wrench. But when you take shortcuts, you shed blood. It's just that simple. I'm tightening it up, the wrench slips, And my fingers, the tops of these fingers go right under a brand new lawnmower blade. Had to go to the emergency room, had to get stitches, and I have some scars on the top of my hand that will forever remind me, don't use an adjustable wrench. Adjustable wrenches also come in lots of sizes. Don't use them. They're dangerous, okay? Now, here is an adjustable wrench that you may be able to use. In fact, you have to use this. This is called a plumber's wrench or a pipe wrench. And yes, it is adjustable, and it's designed to go over a pipe fitting, and you can use it to loosen or tighten plumbing fittings, pipe fittings. There's still one more type of wrench we did not cover yet, and that is called an Allen wrench. Usually Allen wrenches look like a 90-degree angle, the wrench, and the end of the wrench is a hexagon. So you can see it's a hexagon shape. And so this Allen wrench is designed to fit into a fastener that has a head that will receive the wrench. These come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. They get very, very tiny. They get very, very large. Well, I can take this same Allen wrench and now I can put it into a T-handle. So here I've got an Allen wrench and I've got a T-handle, and it just gives me a little bit more torque power. Torque is rotational force. So Allen wrenches. And those are wrenches. But these are not the only way that I can loosen and tighten fasteners, nuts, and bolts. There's another way. Let's check that out.